All right, Tom Pease, we are live.
Yo, what up, and welcome to my fucking Accelerate channel. God damn it, I'm here as always with my bottom bitch, my partner, my muse, the only YouTuber who looks like a nigga named Crucifix. Tennessee Marine, what up, nigga?
I mean, I do have the fucking awesome hair. You know, I am kind of fucking ripped and all that good shit. But if you ever try to put me up on a cross, I'm not going to, go softly into the good night. I'm going to start stabbing motherfuckers with a Roman sword. You feel me? Like, it ain't going to go down twice. It ain't going to go
Yeah,
down like that.
you keep saying these things, you know what I mean? But I do believe,
And I
like, yo, we
keep
don't
meaning
need
these
swords no
motherfucking
more.
things.
We got guns and nail guns to put your ass up. It won't take number 2 seconds, you know?
What? No, it's gonna take a lot more because a lot of motherfuckers gonna have to die before my ass gets nailed up on a cross.
Yo, we'll just get some Mexicans from in front of the Home Depot and shit. It ain't a real big goddamn
See,
deal.
this is why I love you, Tom, but I hate you at the same time. Yeah, I love you because we have good conversations, but you keep on wanting to put me up on pieces of wood. I don't like this shit. Okay, like I'm gonna be the Jesus Christ from the Church of Jesus Christ was not a bitch made nigga, but I'm not gonna be put up on no cross. Like it's gonna be a whole different setup. I'm just gonna be sitting, chilling, like ledge cross, smoking a
Yeah.
blunt, having fun. You know.
What they don't tell you about the real Jesus Christ, who was not a bitch made nigga, is he didn't get up on that cross till he was already dead.
I know.
Yeah, I'm saying, man.
Three Force
Like
Yoda.
I feel
My
like too many
Discord
people
link does
are
not
upset.
work. Hold on, real quick. My Discord link does not work, but don't fear. We're all just talking and gaming and yelling's Discord, so it'll be really easy for you to find and extra easy for you to join.
Yo, why is everybody upset about this Derek Chauvin thing?
I'm not upset so much, right? Like it's one of those things in Tennessee. I'm glad you're here, right? Because when this first happened, no, it's really because when this first happened, what'd we do? We talked about this. I remember because we all agreed that what we saw, it looked like fucking murder. It really did.
It is really kind of fucking weird to see the fruition of this, the end result of this, especially when we all got together and talked about this and we were all like, yo, fuck that police officer, fuck the police, like he's killing that motherfucker. Now it's like, well, he kind of died of fentanyl and a bunch of other shit, and now all this other stuff.
It turned out that like the position he was in was not nearly as deadly as we thought it was, according to witness testimony, not just by the defense, but even some of the prosecutorial witnesses. There was only one that pulmonary expert, Tobin, I think was his name. There was only one that said the only way he could have died is if Chauvin killed him, right? But he was the only one. But yeah, like after watching and listening to I just real quick, I just want to get out my thoughts and listening to like the training that officers go through and what they're taught to do. And once again, the defense and the prosecution's witnesses all they had a lot of conflictions, but they kind of all agreed on one thing, is that they reassess the situation and they're trained basically to be super paranoid. And they're trained to not necessarily administer aid and not believe the witness and things like that, right? And you look at it and I'm like, I feel like this cop's guilty of just cops being trained to be bad cops. Like, I think he was doing his job. I think he was doing his job now. And
a white man would say that.
I think you can like it. I think you can disagree with how his job's being done, which is where I'm at. Where did Yoda go?
I don't know. Yoda's a bitch like that. He'll just pop in, say some dumb shit, then leave because he's bitch made like that. But
well, yeah. So you get what I'm saying. Where like I'm just you can like that. You don't have to like how we train our cops, and I don't, right? But I think that Chauvin just turned into sacrifice for the blood gods. Like we're gonna blame it on him and not what we're training cops to do.
Oh yeah, dude. This is absolutely like, I don't think unless you were super duper lefty woke, fight and die for your fucking side of politics, unless you're that type of person, you can't see this as anything other than a sacrificial lamb type situation. Because I mean, like, I'm no fucking lawyer. I'm really not. But it does sound hella fucking shady and fucked up to quote unquote kill one person and get charged with like 2 counts of fucking murder and manslaughter. It's like, what the fuck, dude? He killed one dude. One dude. I don't even think he
Yo,
killed him.
that's what they do, man. Like, yo, when they hit me with attempted vehicular homicide, aggravated assault, motherfucking assault with a deadly intent, negligent, motherfucking attempted homicide, like, yo, and they'll throw all these charges at you, and you might get convicted of all of them. You know what I mean? With like the wrong goddamn jury and a bad lawyer. Like, that's how the hell shit works.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yep.
that them convicting him of all accounts makes it so that his sentencing will only make him guilty of the manslaughter charge. I could be wrong on this. This was me listening to like your various law experts, right? But what they were saying is that, right, because whenever you have different crimes with very similar, I guess, criteria, that you have to convict them of the lowest of the charges. I could be wrong. I could have that backwards.
Well,
I
if
thought
we're
that's what I heard.
Speaking as the token black man on the stream, I just wanted to say Black Lives Matter, and all three of these
Nigga, you
men
white.
here are extremely racist. Just
White,
because I'm melanin disabled does not mean I'm not black.
Well, no, that's
See, like,
this is what's fucked up is he just bounces out. I know he was
he
trolling.
says some dumb shit and leaves. That's
But
Yoda for
the
you.
worst part is like Tennessee Marine you were the first person in here just being like bitching about the whole situation, saying like this is the one time where I think it was completely fucked because I saw the video.
Dude, I was like when this shit first happened last year, right? Like I was so 100% after a year of fucking bootlicking state employed fucking goddamn I don't know, Gestapo motherfuckers shutting down small businesses, telling people that fucking, oh, you can't open your mom and pop store. But guess what? Walmart can stay open. Fuck you and your family. We're just going to shut shit down because of COVID and all this. I was already at that level where, like, fuck off, like, police. And then I saw this shit and I was like, dude, this is 100% fucked up. I'm 100% fucked police now, and like this dude was fucking murdered. I'm all about like let's not turn this into and I think I remember saying, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think I remember saying like I will fucking be with the Black Lives Matter and the Antifa people on this if they don't turn it into a fucking like fucking all white people are bad. And also, we need to talk about police brutality. If they just talk about police brutality, I'm with them on this. I'm 100% with them on this. And then as soon as, like it was less than 24 hours and they were already like, all white people are Nazis and we need to fucking smash the system and blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know. I'm so fucking tired of like we have these little glimpses in our society. We have these little moments where it's like if you're not a complete far right or far left idiot, we could come together and find some common ground and start to improve shit in our country. But then someone from either side, to be honest, takes it to the fucking extreme and then they run with a goddamn narrative and it just pisses people off on their side.
Like, I got mad at the people that were just like, he was a drug addict that just fucking, was a bane to society and who gives a shit if he died, right? I don't think things like that should be a death sentence to people. At the same time, like I believe in the idea of reasonable doubt being good enough to let somebody free, right? We'd rather it's what was like Blackwell's Law or whatever. I'd rather let 9 guilty people go free than let one innocent person suffer.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanna highlight what you just now said. Like I don't give a fuck what a person does. Like, unless they're a pedophile, then they can fucking get a knee on their neck and get killed and all that shit, and I won't ever have any sympathy for them. But, like, if you are a fucking criminal or a poor person or a minority or you're in a bad situation and somebody fucks with you, especially the police officer, and you die, I don't think your past history of being a piece of shit should automatically equate to that person doing something fucked up that made you fucking die and make that fucking okay. Like, just because you have been a former criminal or a drug addict or whatever the fuck, like, if that police officer does something fucking wrong and you end up fucking catching some bullets or something, that's fucked up. I look at situations, not fucking, I look at what happened, black and white. This person did that, which led to this situation taking place. And if the person doing the thing led to a fucked up situation, then the person that made the situation fucked up should be in the wrong. Pure, straight, and simple.
Yeah, and the
White,
irony
black, brown,
is
whatever the fuck.
the irony of everything you said is that the legal theory that I think the jury was instructed to follow, which I don't think it mattered, right? They were going to convict no matter what. But it was the idea that if you commit a felony and somebody dies during that felony, then you're convicted of felony murder. So in this case, they were saying because he committed felony assault, then he is guilty of felony murder because he committed a felony and somebody died during that felony.
Right.
And that's the legal theory behind it. But what felony assault really supposed to be is, let's say you're robbing a bank, and in the commotion, right, somebody gets ran over by a car, and it was a direct cause of your felony, then you can be charged with felony murder, right? It's the felony that you caused that created such a dangerous situation that somebody died, so you're responsible. It's not meant to say that you attack somebody and they happen to die, so you're guilty of felony murder. That just makes me think, it's like, how do you ever have a murder without an assault charge?
Right, 100%, 100%.
So,
but
and that's even if he was guilty of assault.
They set this shit up for like DAs to be able to convict more individuals so that they can win fucking elections, right? Like that, like this whole system's set up like this so that motherfuckers will take plea deals and the court system won't get over fucking ran with. I mean, everybody asking for a trial all the fucking time.
Well, there's a reason cops never are going to take plea deals unless they do something egregiously wrong. That his defense lawyer was really good, and guess who pays for that? The police unions.
Well, I mean, his defense lawyer was good, but you had the entire country fucking begging for this dude's fucking head on a silver platter. So,
well, at least half
was
of it.
Anybody really surprised that
half of it and 90% of the media?
Yeah, and Maxine Waters and Biden and everybody else basically saying, I hope they make the right decision. Wink, wink, fucking nudge, nudge. But here's the thing, right? I look at it like, let me say this situation, right? Like, let's say you're a guy who has been charged with assault twice in your life, okay? You've been charged with assault, you've done your time, everything else, right? A cop pulls you over, runs your fucking license plates, comes up, you're polite, you're respectable. He pulls you out of the car and he mistakes you going for your cell phone in your pocket, or your driver's license or your wallet or whatever, and puts fucking 6 fucking rounds in your fucking chest and kills you. You might have been beating up old fucking women, and fucking kids during those 2 previous assault charges. But in that particular situation, the cop was still in the fucking wrong. He made a mistake. You were going for your wallet to show your ID or some shit, and he put fucking 6 rounds into you. So, like, even though you might have been a piece of shit previously, in that current situation, you weren't trying to do something shitty. You weren't trying to do something fucked up. That cop did something and fucked up the situation and made it to where you're no longer alive. So I don't care about what somebody has done in the past. When someone, especially with police officers, every situation they go into, if they fuck up a situation and make it worse and make it turn to something that's lethal, everybody, regardless of what that person has done in the past, like I said, unless they're a pedophile or some shit like that, then I don't even care if the cop was in the wrong. But if the cop's in the wrong, the person's previous fucking history really doesn't matter to me, because the cop made a bad fucking decision and ended up killing somebody. Yep. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. Just because you've made mistakes in your life that led you to getting, arrested or charged or something like that, doesn't necessarily mean that if you interact with, the fucking government jackboots, that they are allowed to fucking kill you
Yep.
just because you're a piece of shit or was a piece of shit in, earlier years.
I agree with you, but I'm going to pause you 1 second. I'm going to pretend like I've been on streams before and address the fact that 8 people are actually watching my stream. Tom P, give me a clap for me. We got Ryan himself, Evil Dead Ed, William Stinchiver dropped in just to blow kisses at you, TM. Toya's here, nice to see you. Freedom is also in the chat, which is awesome to see. Man, Freedom's been a long time since we talked, man. We got to fix that. Then we also have Object to Hate and Moon-Based Radio. Welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in to my impromptu stream where I wanted to do exactly what Tennessee Marine just did and just kind of vent my thoughts on the entire George Floyd case. That is, let's just be real. I don't think there's a person in the country that pays attention to the news that doesn't have opinions on this today.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, dude, I hate situations where this particular situation. So, sorry guys if you think I'm some base fucking wignat Nazi motherfucker. I'm really not. I actually do give a shit about black people and actually do think that there's no way to fundamentally improve America unless working class whites and blacks work together and actually build up this country, because working class whites and blacks are what basically
Built
ran
the
this
country. Yeah.
Yeah, for fucking literally hundreds of years. But I got to keep my
slavery happened. Then the Industrial Revolution happened, and we had to start working together. And then a lot of progress was made. And then we hit the 90s where we almost got rid of racism. And then sometime in the 2000s, we decided that we were going to adopt this new weird theory about what racism is. That's nothing like what racism used to be, and then say things are just as bad today as they were yesterday. Which is why, what's even more fucking bullshit is, the reason I named this stream Sacrifice for the Blood God is because no matter how many sacrifices you make to the Blood God, they'll never be satisfied. They're going to keep coming for it. And how many, you had AOC come out, just real quick, you had AOC come out, you had MSNBC, one of their commentators come out and say, this verdict's not enough. It's not enough. There's still no justice.
I know, it's like you keep hollering, no justice, no peace, and this dude's literally fucked for the rest of his life. That sounds like quote unquote justice to me.
All right, I'm gonna buck Tom P after I say this because he needs to interject. But I think when they say no justice, no peace, it's not that if without one you won't get the other. I just think they're declaring that they want neither. Anyway, Tom,
all right, so here's how I see it, right? And I've been doing a lot of studying about shit as of recently. This country, as of 2018, there were more individuals born who were non-white than white, right? And by 2040, this country will be a white minority country. And in order for them to continue on to have a base of people who are employed and working and paying taxes, they have to bring more people into the fold. And so they decided that they want to make everybody as comfortable as possible who are black or Spanish or fucking Chinese or transsexual or women or whoever it is, so that they can continue to raise the fucking employment numbers.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've talked about that before. I agree with that for the overarching theory for why they want to, and it's not the replacement, right? It's just demographic change. But that's why they want it.
This is the problem, right? And at the end of the day, white people aren't having kids, so what the fuck do? You know what I mean? You can't tell, no politician standing up and saying, hey, white people, you're not having any fucking kids, so we have to fucking stand here and, reach out to other people who are going to be the future basic consumers for this country.
So the irony behind that is they even abandoned the whole idea that you have to have people to come pay for stuff, because right now our economy is running on money machine going burr, burr, burr.
Did you see my video?
Dude, it's no lie, dude, no lie. I see it all the fucking time. Help wanted signs. But it's I even saw like a fucking like it was at a McDonald's or something on a video. It was like, please excuse us, we're short staffed. People just don't want to work. Why? Because now it's like, oh well, I can fucking just not work, collect unemployment, get my fucking stimmy check. And if I happen to live in a big city that's probably Democrat ran, I got fucking free healthcare, blah blah blah, and all this other bullshit. So it's like, why bother dealing with going to work, getting up in the morning, getting dressed, all that other bullshit when you can just get unemployment, only show up to the fucking piece of paperwork so that way you
Yeah,
can turn
it's
that into your unemployment fucking person and be like, hey, I'm looking, here's proof of it, and then just never actually take the job
yeah,
and wait on that net stimmy check.
that's basic
So,
economics. Like when you incentivize something, you get more of it, and when you incentivize unemployment, you get more of it. It's not. It's. I mean, it really is just the way the world works. Like every country that has benefits like that has pretty high unemployment rates, even the Nordic
right.
countries.
Right. Well, I mean, and like I was gonna say, and I really do want to fucking harp on this, man, because it means a lot to me, and that's what this stream is for. Us venting about this George Floyd shit. Like like I said earlier, dude. Like I'm not one of these fucking white nationalist, fucking KKK, motherfuckers. I'm really not. I don't give a fuck about
None of
the
us
white
are. I
race.
wouldn't be
I
talking to you
like
if you were,
like
except for like maybe as a guest, just because I want to poke your mind. No, none of
yeah,
the people I talk
exactly. But
about
like
regularly like aren't like that.
like don't get it twisted. Like I'm proud to be from my family bloodline. I'm proud of the fact that I'm Irish and German and Native American and all that shit. I'm proud that I'm from the South. I'm proud I'm from fucking Tennessee and all that shit. But at the same time, it's like I know so many worthless ass fucking white people that I don't buy into the whole like white supremacy. The world would be better if it's all about white people and blah blah
Yeah,
blah blah. I don't
like
give a motherfuck, dude. I
I
don't give a
can
motherfuck about
I
that.
can sum up what you said in like in a way that I think is incredibly succinct. You know who Jared Taylor is, right?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
The who white guy.
Wait, yeah.
He's the who white guy, a white nationalist, and he was talking about like how he thinks like everything should be segregated, and then somebody asked him like, well, what do you think about people like Thomas Sowell? And he's like, oh, he's white enough for me. And all of a sudden, it just hit me. I was like, holy shit! It is absolutely true. The far
Well, I
right
mean,
and the far
dude,
left, the far right and the far left, they can actually mirror each other. Because that's exactly what the far left says about any black guy that doesn't subscribe to the far left narrative.
I was
They're not
about to
really
say, like,
black.
right now, like, honestly, if you look at it, a lot of the people that are calling for segregation, like, legitimate old school fucking, like, different fucking water fountains type segregation is fucking the left. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we need to have black only colleges, black only graduation. We need to have a cast in this movie full of black people for whatever fucking reason, even though it doesn't really need it. Like, we need to have our own banks, our own businesses and shit. And it's like this, like for people who claim to be so goddamn progressive, it's literally regression back into the actual days of like
Yeah.
Jim Crow laws and actual segregation and shit like that.
That's
But
why you have this whole group of I mean they call them disaffected liberals and whatnot, right? Like Tim Pool's a good one. Brett Weinstein's a not so great one. James Lindsay, who I do he's my go-to on this critical race theory bullshit. He's a pretty good example. Like he would, when it comes to actually policy, they're they're way to the left of me. Like they like the idea of socialized healthcare. They're totally fine with it. They like big government programs that help people. They like these programs that like housing program, things like that, things that would subvert the free market that I'm probably going to be against. But they're still liberal in the sense that like they still see things through the idea that we should treat everybody as an individual. And all of a sudden
yeah,
they're being considered far right just for calling out the left for being like you guys are
well, I
being
guess
so
nowadays
regressive.
anything fucking left of goddamn Che Guevara is fucking right wing nowadays. But like You know, like, I really do want to harp on this, like, for me personally, because, like, I will never fucking stand side by side with these fucking spurgy little wignat fucking, oh, we gotta talk about the Jews and make white babies. Meanwhile, I
Dude,
fucking,
I'll go even
live in my
further.
mom's fucking basement and barely have $1,000 in cash nor $2,000 in the bank. But somehow people like me are gonna save the fucking white race. Like, no, I don't believe in that shit. But the thing about, like, to get back to the main topic of the fucking stream, right? The
No,
George
no,
Floyd shit.
I'm gonna let you go, but I want to ask Tom P a question.
All right, word. But like,
Tom P, are you a conservative?
No.
Have I ever called myself a conservative?
I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah. So like you're talking about like white nationalists, like you have a whole bunch of people here that don't even really consider themselves conservatives. Like, yeah, we're right
right.
wing, but we're like libertarians, right? Like it's a lot different.
Yeah. But like well, for me personally, I just want this like recorded, like for posterity's sake, I guess. But like, to get back to what the stream was about the George Floyd shit, the thing about it is, for me, is that situations like this is why I fucking hate where align politically. Because on one hand, I'm not this fucking Blue Lives Matter bootlicker fucking right winger who thinks that the police are somehow the fucking
Yeah,
saviors of fucking everybody.
you don't have some absolute faith in the idea of law and order, which was, I mean, it's something I even wasn't a fan of Trump about. So I agree. I'm not like that either.
But at the
Nor is
same
Tom P.
right, but at the same time, I'm also one of those people to where it's like, we should talk about police brutality. We should talk about the fact that our taxpayer money is going to police forces for them to buy fucking MRAPs and armored vehicles and better firearms. Meanwhile, the same fucking government that we live in is slowly but surely trying to get it to where you only have a fucking 22 pistol with like 3 rounds of fucking ammo, and that's all everybody's allowed to fucking use. But you're still going to be paying for the fucking, 50 cal rifles and armored vehicles for your police force that probably won't even show up, to defend you or protect your
Well,
property.
and
But
absolutely. And one of the things that like before the trial, where a lot of people are just being like, "See, it's so obvious they're guilty that the city gave in and gave like a $23 million settlement to Floyd's family." And I'm just thinking, like, wait a minute, that's a lot different than like Chauvin could be completely innocent of all charges, and the city could be guilty of wrongful death if, and this is actually what I think happened, if Chauvin was acting in accordance to how he was trained as a police officer in that city, and that those procedures were unreasonable, and the city knew it, and that they could have easily improved on it and done a good job of making sure that Floyd was treated properly for whatever was going on with him during the time. And I think that would have been a much better outcome if the civil trial, if Chauvin would have been acquitted, but the civil trial against the city would have found them guilty, and they were forced to actually reform their policies. Instead, Chauvin is guilty, and the city just did a settlement, and so they don't really have to change any of their policies. The police are going to do the same thing they always did, and just hope that this rare example, which from what I gathered is going to be rare, right? Same situation, different suspect that looks like Floyd but has normal health conditions, probably isn't on so many drugs. This is more like reasonable doubt stuff, right? So I won't say for sure, but same situation. Somebody completely healthy with no drugs, they're fine. They're completely fine.
well, here's the thing. As far as I'm concerned, most police officers, to be fair with you, the training that they get is absolutely fucking horrendous. Most of the dudes, and like, yeah, I get people, who are like, oh, I was in the Marines, I was this, I was that. Like, I mean, I obviously Tennessee Marine, like, I am a Marine. I was in the infantry. I was in the combat MOS.
Yeah,
I know how to do combat related stuff. But here's the thing. I was taught as a infantry guy, different things, because the wars in Afghanistan that I was trained to fight, we had to learn how to deal with a local population that may or may not be fucking potentially dangerous. So we were taught how to crowd control, how to control and manipulate a person, to search them, to handle a situation, etc., etc.
You probably
The way
also
we
had
were
way more medic type training than your average
Yeah,
cop.
yeah, that as well. But we're like, my main point right now is that like we were taught how to do that stuff, and I'm not trying to say that like I'm the end all be all of fucking how to control a dangerous situation. I'm really not. I know how to do certain fucking things, and I've done them in fucking war zones. Now you take the mindset of a police officer to where it's like anytime you fucking pull somebody over or anytime you're in a situation that may be a life or death situation, or it may just be some, fucking, old fucking grandma, some old fucking boomer who you thought that they were a drunk driver, but it turns out, they're just, their glasses medication wasn't, fucking accurate, or they just knew, they didn't fucking eat some fucking bacon and eggs before they went out driving. They're swerving all over the road because they got low blood sugar. Or it could be a legit crazy motherfucker who's fucked up out of his mind on PCP and meth, who's waiting to kill somebody, and you just happen to fucking shine your fucking lights at him and pull him over. So
Well, yeah,
I understand the mindset of what a police officer would probably have to go through, but the training that they have is so fucking poorly done and
yeah.
so fucking
It's
badly done.
it's almost like it should be a 4-year degree, not a 6-month training, and then like go
You
out there,
should not. You
Bucko.
should not. You absolutely should not be a police officer unless you have went through more than what the police academy or whatever they're training fucking recruits to
It's
be police
it's
officers have to
6
do now.
months, and then you're a cop. It's not a whole lot of training, and like I get there's like budgetary circumstances and whatnot, but
but with the amount of laws we have, we can't afford to pay officers that have a 4-year degree.
yeah, exactly. Like there's
But you have to fund the police. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's going to make better cops.
Pompey was speaking directly to me. Is part of the problem is all the laws officers have to enforce, and they're rewarded for enforcing. Like it's both of those, and there's no way they can fucking know the law.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you right motherfucking now, if you think that police officers don't have fucking quotas, you're fucking dumb or ignorant or fucking retarded, one of the three. Because I
Yeah.
guarantee you, at the end of the
They
month
do.
or the beginning of the month, their police chief comes to them and says, "Hey, fellas, ladies, non-binaries, whatever the fuck. Hey, dude, we've only had this amount of speeding tickets. We've only had this amount of arrests. The fucking city council is talking about cutting our funding. We need to get out there and do more and put more on the books so that way it makes us look better." You are
Yeah.
absolutely fucking retarded if you don't think that's how it goes.
No, it absolutely goes that way, and like different police departments, depending on like the standards and how much they're able to say out loud, there's ways to say that silently, right? They're just like, wow, we're 20% under on this, and yet we're still seeing a lot of reports of speeding. So get your act together.
Mm-hmm. And
Like
the fucked up part about it is, like,
yeah, well, like
if I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, here's the example. Let's say you're the cop that decided only to pull over 5 people in a week, right? On your week that you were assigned traffic duty. And you just pulled over people that were just like literally like during rush hour, like weaving in and out. And you were just letting people that like, that was on the highway, they were 10 miles per hour over, kind of by themselves. You just kind of let that go. Like if you were that cop. And they come back and they're like, well, every other cop that was in your position at the same speed trap pulled over 10 people. So where's your other 5?
Oh.
Right? Like that's the way they do it and make sure that you hit that quota. Like there's easy ways to enforce quotas without actually saying that we need the quota.
Honestly, no, dude, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Like honestly, dude, like Honestly, it's because of the system of our government that police officers even have quotas in the first fucking place. Because it's so much bureaucratic bullshit that they have to prove that, hey, we're doing our job, so the people who pay our money above us actually give us our funding. It's so much bullshit
I don't know why you had to stop me when I agree with you.
when in all actuality, police officers should do what the fuck they print on their goddamn cop cars: serve and protect. That's fucking it. And most of the police officers, which is why I've been like, fuck the police for a hot minute now, most police officers take care of their buddies, their friends, and the people that are either fucking snitches and rats and informants and all that shit. And then they
You
might do
missed
a little bit of
the
actual fucking police work in between that.
you missed the biggest one out of all of those in those three things you listed, right? Their buddies, your friends, your rats, no, themselves.
And themselves, yeah.
That's
But
the
I mean,
number one.
honestly,
Because
even
the
more,
best
look
thing
at
for
the fucking
themselves
trial.
is
Dude, look at the fucking trial right now. There wasn't that many fucking police officers who stood in front of the fucking the proceedings or whatever and actually had fucking Chauvin's back.
yeah. What you're gonna
So that whole
see,
thin blue line shit don't even apply to police officers.
yep.
And this is what I'm saying. Like right fucking now on this fucking stream till the day I fucking die. If you are one of those thin blue line motherfuckers, you are fucking dumb as shit. Police don't give a fuck about you. They barely care about each other. They barely care about the fucking people that they go on fucking patrol with. So why the fuck would you ever be like, thin blue line, we got to protect the police, blah, blah, blah? Like, are you really that afraid of fucking black people that you need police officers? No, you don't. Because guess what? They're going to fuck you up. They're going to probably shoot you or fucking put you in jail or charge you with some shit. And then if BLM comes through town and burns down your business, your house, and everything else, well, guess what? It was mostly peaceful, bitch. Sorry, collect insurance. Now get on unemployment like everybody else.
The insurance that doesn't actually get paid out because they don't cover riots because it's an act of God. Yeah.
Exactly. Fucking exactly, dude. But like I hate the current state of affairs when it comes to politics and everything else, to where it's like, oh dude, you have to take the left wing or the right wing viewpoint on this. And it's like, fuck that, dude. Fuck that. Like no, I can honestly think that, like, I can right now in my current political mindset, I can think that police brutality issues need to be addressed in our country. Absolutely. And I can also say in the same breath that, Black Lives Matter is a fucking goddamn Ponzi scheme. It's a bullshit fucking non-charity masquerading as a fucking charity. And the fact that people burn down their own fucking cities or their own fucking local businesses does nothing for anyone and just makes everybody involved look like the far right motherfuckers think of you.
Tien,
Yes,
all I want to say is your frustration with everything you just said is 100% justified. It's the same place that, well, no, like it's the same. It's the same place I've been, but like I'm more cynical about it. I think it's all by design. I'm gonna be real honest. I think that the powers that, actually, I'm gonna be conspiratorial, Alex Jones, about it. I think the powers that be want this. Right?
Yeah,
they want the divide and conquer strategy.
I agree. But like, god damn it, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, man. Like, I hold liberal beliefs about like treating people as individuals and not being a piece of shit to someone simply because of the color of their skin or what god they pray to. Like, I hold very true liberal fucking beliefs, but at the same time, I hold right-wing beliefs to where it's like, yeah, god damn it, you are to be able to fucking own a gun and protect you and yours, your family, your property, what you struggle to buy and pay for and earn in this world. But at the same time, like, I fucking hate situations like this George Floyd riot shit, to where it's like, oh, it's either your left wing or your right wing, and then like all of people like me's opinions just get pushed to the fucking side because we don't have fucking big YouTubers on our side.
No, it's not even big. It's not even big YouTubers. It's intellectual powers or media powers. Real quick, I want to address this question. One question Object of Hate has for me is, do I think the verdict would have been different if Trump was still in power with a mandate to stand up to BLM? No, actually don't.
I
Not,
honestly
not,
don't. I don't believe
not,
this
not,
would have went any
yeah,
different.
not where this happened. Like, it was a localized incident. I think the verdict would have been different if they moved the trial to rural Minnesota.
No, I don't. I don't either. I don't think either.
No,
I think
I think they would have, because in
nope,
rural Minnesota, they're much more conservative and deferential to the
nope,
cops,
nope,
and it
nope.
would not be their
100% disagree.
neighborhoods getting burned if
Nope, 100% disagree, and I will tell you this. I will use this as my logic as to why I believe that, as my basis behind my understanding of why I disagree. This dude started something that lasted nearly an entire fucking year during a quote unquote pandemic that's supposed to kill us all. If this guy would have gotten anything besides what he got right now, which I still think I still think there's going to be riots. I still think there's going to be shit going on tonight for whatever reason. I just do. But if this guy would have gotten anything else besides thrown under the fucking jail, which is what he basically got, I think the entire fucking every fucking blue fucking little geographical area in the state of Minnesota would have been on fire tonight. 100%. Like, this was a sacrificial fucking lamb to appease people who are in the fucking mob, who are just, you know, threatening to fucking riot and loot. And like, here's the thing, right? Like, if he would have gotten convicted of, just say, manslaughter, that wouldn't have been enough for people, and they would have fucking rioted and everything else. And the fucked up thing about it is if a mob can literally say, we are going to go and do something that by law is illegal. Riots are illegal. Burning and looting, burn, loot, murder, BLM, right? Like, if they would have done all that shit, it would have been illegal. But just the threat of them being able to do that and getting away with it was enough for them to be like, yeah, guilty on all 3 counts. Fuck you. Fuck this cop. Fuck his life. He's 45 years old. Let's give him 15 years, and then like an extra 4 just to fuck with him. You know?
Yep. Hey, I gotta get up for a second. I'll be right back.
All right.
Keep the chat entertained because it's just you now.
Oh, it's just me? All right,
Yeah.
I got this motherfucker. Let's go. All right, chat. It's just me. It's your fucking boy, Tennessee Marine. What's good with it? What's up what's up, Victor Rand? What's up, Toya? What's up, Object of Hate? Look, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Chat, you can either agree with me or disagree with me. I really don't care. It is what it is. But here's the thing. I will fucking never lick the boots of a fucking cop or a fucking law enforcement officer or a fucking fed. I don't support the police. As far as I'm concerned, all police are fucking shady and fucked up unless they prove me otherwise. And I also refuse to fucking bootlick for Antifa or fucking BLM or any of these other fucking organizations who think that somehow it's a good idea to destroy private property in order to somehow think that they're fighting the cause against anti fucking fucking racism or Nazis or whatever the fuck, you know? So if you think that somehow just because I don't support BLM or Antifa that I'm a fucking Nazi, cool. If you somehow think that just because I don't support the police or government agencies that I'm, an un-American commie motherfucker, that's cool too. Honestly, I don't give a fuck because at the end of the day, these both of those type of groups, whether it be government approved fucking jackboots or whether it's fucking media approved fucking domestic terrorists, both of those people want me and most of y'all fucking dead. And if they don't want us dead, they damn sure want our money. So And Toya, I can't lick your boots. I'm sorry. I can't be a part of that life. I ain't into that shit. An object of hate, like come on, like if you're gonna go to bed after fucking Itzel gets off here, that's some fucked up shit, homie. I like you. Like how you gonna do me like that? That's cool.
Is that was his reason? Is I was leaving, didn't want to listen to you
Yeah,
anymore?
it's like Itzel's going to bed. That's the only person I want to hear from. Fuck Tennessee Marine, I guess.
Yeah, no, I love your rants actually, especially when it comes to stuff like that, because you're much more passionate about it than I am. I think I'm too.
Well, I'm so goddamn tired of being put in a fucking little tiny, like you're trying to put me in a box, and I don't belong in a goddamn box. I belong in a fucking field. I'm a country boy. You don't put me in a little fucking tiny hole. I like my mountains. I like my open spaces. Fuck off.
Well, and I mean that's kind of they perceive it, but I think normal people, especially the people watching right now, they're not like that. This case in particular, for me, was kind of an exercise in just remembering, like, I don't know, like, liberal principles. Like, listen to the facts, right? Mm-hmm. Believe in things that I actually believe in, which is beyond a reasonable doubt. Listening to the facts and saying, like, they actually made a lot of points that are good for a reasonable doubt. But then also seeing how we've changed society to the point where we are living in a society where the courts are really just the court of public opinion.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah. I mean, it's fucking wild to believe that when me and you specifically first talked about this this incident nearly a year ago, we
were in agreement, but I was a little bit less rigid than you were. I brought up my point that I think is, even like after watching the trial, I think you're gonna agree with me. It's like it kind of sucks because the way cops have to do their job, I think they have an impossible job.
Yeah, I would disagree with that. I don't think being a police officer is an impossible job. I think being a police officer in today's current America, if you are a good person and you care about the oath of service, so to speak, that you signed up for, I think being a good cop in today's America is an impossible job. Now, if you're a piece of shit cop, you can 100% be a police officer nowadays.
Well, you just agreed with me. It's like we want good cops, and you agree that being a good cop is almost an impossible job, right? Because even if you would agree with me. If you had the best, I get the piece of shit cops, right?
Hold up, Itzel, yo, you would agree with me, and I know you would because I know where you lean politically. And I said this in another Discord, but I'm gonna sum it up right now because it's fucking perfect. I would rather have no cops than bad cops.
Yeah, I would much rather just have no cops altogether.
Oh, welcome back, Tom P. I'm an anarchist. I am 100% on board. The unfortunate part is all these people that are like all cops are bastards would really hate the society where everybody has to take the law in their own hands.
Defend their fucking own and actually put fucking lead in somebody that's fucking with you. Yeah, a lot of motherfuckers talk hard on the fucking internet about putting lead in a motherfucker until that dude's at your fucking front porch trying to fucking steal your goddamn chicken.
It's not that. It's that people are allergic to responsibility.
Yep. You think there's too many dead black? You think there's too many dead black men right now because of cops? Take away cops altogether and see how many dead black men happen.
And itself, like, I'm really not trying to cut you off, but I think Tom said something that's fucking beautiful, and I want to fucking reiterate that and fucking re-say it. A lot of people don't want to take responsibility, and that needs to be fucking said, because here's the God's honest truth. The only fucking people who are, like, 99% of the fucking people who are all about the fucking Blue Lives Matter type shit think in their mind, I don't want to kill somebody. I want to call a fucking number so that way someone can come and legally kill that person for me, so that way I won't have to take responsibility.
Well, hang on. Let's break this the whole way down, because this is important, right? And I bitch about this all the time. Like, I honestly think the majority of this has to do with money. I'll be right back. All right, go ahead. Right. Like, I think, you know, I mean, like, when it really comes down to it, in the end of the day, like, all of this is about making sure, like, it all comes down to money. Right. So they have the amount of laws that they do on the books right now in order to stand here and have the ability to continue to have this really, really super peaceful society. And that way they have the property taxes of your local municipality continue to go up, because that's where the majority of your laws are passed, is on a local and county and a state level. And these individuals all have a vested interest in, keeping the peace and keeping your property value continuing to rise. And therefore they stand here and they pay with the police with that fucking money that they're collecting off of you for that shit. And it's this vicious cycle that just perpetuate anybody who's outside of the square of, a suburbanite yuppie individual is gonna sit here and come to fucking blows with the law enforcement. And law enforcement only has one tool, and that's to, like either fucking shoot you or fucking kidnap you and throw you in a cage. And I think we need to have a conversation about that.
Well, like, we can't have that conversation until people get fucking the poison of systemic racism out of their mind, and we start looking at like systemic greed as the mindset.
I don't think it's like, and this is the thing, man. Like, this is the problem with guys like George Floyd, and I bitched about this, and I've continued bitching about this. Is that all these black dudes and white dudes who are getting shot all owed child support money. And like almost every person who, is a criminal legitimately had their first run-in with law enforcement because of the fact that they ended up having to fucking duck from the cops from a fucking child support warrant on some bullshit. And it like, these fucking stupid little petty things are destroying our society as a fucking whole. But the issue is that we can't have this conversation because, again, they'll lose 50% of the fucking workforce if females don't have the chance to be able to go to fucking work and be supported by the dudes who, they fucking decide to have children with and not actually fucking be with and live with and, be around.
Like, Tom, I'm not saying you're wrong. Because I don't think you're wrong at all. But I think it's absolutely fucking amazing that you can take any socio-political issue and boil it down to child support.
But it is though, because it's the very basics. Like, when you boil it all down and go the whole way down to the bottom, right? Like, if you go to like, what is the number one predictor?
He is the type of motherfucker who's like, how did we land on the moon? There was guys trying to build rockets to get away from child support, my dude.
Like, these niggas owe child support money. Like, like legitimately, like, we put child support debt on these fucking German Nazi niggas.
Paycheck? How the fuck you gonna get $500 from my paycheck when I'm on Mars, nigga?
But I'm saying, right, like, the number one predictor of an individual is gonna be a criminal is legitimately a fucking child support case.
No. I just like to imagine, like, for me personally, like, I do like to imagine an astronaut who like owes like a couple $100 in child support, and he's like, I can't wait for this rocket to fire off. I really can't. Like, 3, 2, 1. Fuck you, bitch!
I'm freedom. But that's really where it is, though. In the end of the day, like, and this is really what destroys the hood are these feminist fucking laws. Right, is really what's destroying. It's the Section 8. Like, for instance, you can't live in Section 8 housing as a male over the age of 18. It's illegal. Right? So, like, you're automatically, like, turning these fucking young fucking boys, these 18-year-old males, into feral fucking men by fucking taking away their place to live before they have a chance to even get started. Like, we have a lot of this shit, like, we're not talking about. Like, the system isn't racist. Sticks Hexenhammer stole that from me fucking today. I'm fucking upset about that shit. Fucking cocksucker.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, like, honestly, dude, and it's getting slowly worse in our society where, like, I mean, me personally, and I do believe both Tom P and Excel will agree with me on this. I feel a certain kind of fucking pride when I know that when someone hands me a paycheck or I see an amount of money hit my fucking bank account, or I get handed a fucking wad of cash, I feel a certain kind of fucking pride as a man and as a human being for doing honest fucking work. You feel me? And a lot of people nowadays are looking at it from a from a stance of like, I don't give a fuck about pride. I give a fuck about numbers. And honestly, if I can settle my ass, wait for a stimulus check, get unemployment, get fucking food stamps, get WIC, get all this other bullshit, and possibly get Section 8 housing, why the fuck would I ever go to work? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not a race issue. It's not a, cultural issue. It's a lot of motherfuckers out there, both white, black, brown, and everything under the sun, who just don't want to fucking work. Because I currently live in a 90% fucking, well, nowadays I'd say like fucking 80 or 70% white. I live in a white majority fucking part of Tennessee. There is still help wanted signs everywhere. There's fucking, like little signs saying like, please excuse us for being undermanaged. We have a low amount of staff right now. And it's like, why do you think this is? We went through a year of fucking people telling us that, hey, don't fucking go outside. And if you do, fucking order Amazon or eBay or some shit.
Well, hang on. Wait. Let's address that though, because this is important, right? Because I've witnessed this firsthand, and as a trucker, like I gotta eat at night. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to have an opportunity to eat something. And I'll be honest with you, the majority of the restaurants at like truck stops and places like this have no staff to show up. Right, because like, and then they close the fucking restaurants because like we have nobody to work to fucking feed you, right? So I'm like, fuck, now I gotta like eat tortilla chips or whatever, right? So or like, fuck, I gotta buy apples or whatever the fuck it is, and I'm like, god damn it, I wanted some fucking meat. But anyway, right? So I gotta like these motherfuckers here. The reason they're not coming to work isn't because of the fact that they have unemployment and stimulus checks. It's because of the fact that like legitimately, have you priced cars and transportation and like all the shit that it takes to get to work these days? And then you go, you're gonna pay me $8-10 an hour to fucking come out here, and I'm gonna end up with a fucking car note for $350 a fucking month on the jump, and that's more than I'm getting on one. That's more than a quarter of my fucking income, and I can't afford a place to live because rent's $1,300 a fucking month. I'm just gonna live with mom and not fucking work. That's what the majority of these fucking people are doing. Something like 60% of people under the age of 30 are living with their parents.
I'm gonna live with mom, or I'm gonna wait until I'm broke enough to try to get Section 8 housing or some shit. Or like a lot of people do, I'm gonna knock up, or if I'm a female, I'm gonna get knocked up, have a bunch of kids, claim all of them on my income tax, claim all of them for WIC and food stamps and all of their shit, then get Section 8 housing, while I fucking put my baby daddy in jail for, slinging some cocaine on the street because he was trying to make child support payments. But we don't want to talk about that shit. We don't want to talk about that shit because
this is what I'm saying.
That's a white boy talking about like black problems in the black culture. And you know what? Guess what? It's in the white fucking
culture too.
Fucking Appalachian culture that I'm from. Like, motherfucker, I come from moonshiners. And if you think for a fucking second that some federal fucking agent didn't come to some lady and be like, hey, we'll give you an apartment in the city if you just narc on your moonshiner husband, and we'll take care of your kids and you'll eat and everything else. Just make sure that this motherfucker don't run moonshine no more. You think there weren't some dirty ass fucking bitches who did that back in the day? You fucking lying to yourself, son.
You think they're still not doing it is the bitch.
No,
I mean, because they're still doing it. They're still fucking doing it. Like, legitimately.
It never ended.
Like, yo, they did the same thing when they closed down the mills. Like, yo, I was here. I live a fucking mile from Stilton, right? From Stilton, where they built the goddamn Golden Gate Bridge, where they fucking had the coke plants and all that, or the fucking coke pots and all that shit, right? They had all this fucking shit to, like, build all the steel. We still make rail and still make pipes, right? Still to this day. Like, legitimately, they stand here and, like, yo, they fucking went door to door in black and poor white communities and told women, we'll give you fucking welfare if you throw your man out in the fucking street and shit.
Yeah. And that, dude, that's the thing that fucking kills me. It's like, it's not a fucking race issue. It's not a fucking white or black issue. It's a fact of fucking, like, there's so much fucking buildup of, men trying to make their own in this world and actually make money and everything else, and then fucking through whatever fucking reason knocking up some dirty ass fucking bitch ass fucking female whore who's gonna have his kids, but at the same time try to get that dude and gut him for every fucking thing he has. You know.
Well, like, here's the thing. Like, yo, when I first heard about this George Floyd thing, I was listening to all the interviews they did with people, right? And his best friend, he said, yo, me and him moved up here from Texas, dude. We got jobs. We was paying our child support. Like, yo, we was trying to get it done, man. We was fucking working and shit and handling our business, but shit just went sideways, man. Legitimately. Right? And then I'm going through, you know who I didn't see? His kid's mother.
No shit, thank you. Nope, never heard about fucking George Floyd baby mama or none of that shit. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you didn't hear a word from his fucking kid's mom. No, but you heard from his mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? You heard from his current girlfriend.
You've been on the streets, kind of like I have, competition.
Yep.
And you know about that kind of lifestyle, right?
Yep.
Would you agree with me that dudes trying to outdo you, or dudes that you're in competition with for whatever reason, like let's say you're slinging something, let's say you're saying something, and you got to worry about the competition. Yeah, that's dangerous. But the most dangerous fucking thing in the world is what you come home to and cuddle up next to every night.
Amen.
Would you agree with that, Tom? Well, shit, I made such a good point. Tom died of a fucking heart attack, apparently, I guess. He just said, fuck it. Tennessee Marine made such a good point. I'm just going to stop fucking talking. Like, let this dude fucking preach.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry,
now,
man. Fucking, I'm looking up fucking this next place I have to go to. Fucking, I got to get directions.
Hey, homie, stay grinding. Stay grinding.
Yeah, I mean, yo, I'm trying to make this fucking money and shit. You know what I mean?
But did you hear what I asked you though at all?
Yeah. Fucking, like, yo, legit. Like, you're not lying at all in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? You are not. There's no lying in you about that bullshit when it all comes down to it.
Because I'm telling you right now, dude, you can fuck around in the streets, and if you ain't on your P's and Q's, you can get fucking robbed, you can get fucking murdered. That's for true. But here's the thing: if you fuck around and stick your dick in the wrong type of fucking woman, she can fuck up your life and your family's life and your next generation's life and everything else, dude. Because it's one of those things, and like. I'm not like anti fucking woman or anything like that, but I am anti fucking gold digging bitch. 100%.
Well, no, I'm just pro motherfuckers trying to live. In the end of the day,
right?
I'm not. It's like, and everybody's like, oh, you hate women. Like, nah, I love women, dude. Why do you think I got 7 kids? Like, I love pussy. There's nothing misunderstood about that. I have daughters. I love them to death. I don't agree with how we handle the things that we do. In the end of the day, I don't agree with how we're handling things, and I think it needs to be desperately changed. I think the pendulum has swung too far towards, being protectionist of individuals who are supposed to be full-grown adults. Like, that's my mentality.
Yep. And you know what? And you know what's kind of fucked up? Like, at the end of the day, like, let's say the globalists, or, the people who want to make this world a worse place. You know what I mean? The people who want to make this world, the world, well, America specifically, want to make America worse off. Eventually, one of these days, black men and white men can only fight against one another so fucking much, and eventually we're going to be fought out, and then it's going to be like, okay, well, now who do we blame? And then they're going to start blaming the black man. Because I've seen articles, and y'all can believe it or not, but I've seen articles on like Vice and some other websites to where it's talking about like straight black men are the fucking white men of the minority community and shit like that, to where it's like they even dog on their own fucking protected class, supposedly. So it's one of those things, like, the whole George Floyd thing really got me fucked up from a political standpoint, but it also got me fucked up from the standpoint of, like, nobody, and take away my fucking little right-winger card here for a minute, if you want to. Like, I honestly wonder, like, why the fuck is a guy got to be passing off fake $20 bills high on fentanyl in a fucking gas station? You know, like, why the fuck does a guy got to get that fucking low in life to where he's like, I'm gonna be high in this gas station and try to pass off a fake fucking $20 bill because I ain't got that fucking cash in my fucking pocket. Like, and fuck all the racism, or take race out of the fucking equation. The fact that a fucking dude has to be fucking high on some fucking heavy duty shit and then go and try to pass off a fake $20 bill because that's all he's able to buy fucking soda with or whatever the fuck. You know, like the fact that a fucking grown ass man has to get to that level in America, the world's greatest, the world's greatest country and all this other shit. Like, why don't we talk about that? Like, why don't we talk about the fact that this dude was in such a fucking dark place that his life led him to the spot that he was in? And I'm going to say this right now, and y'all guys can, in the fucking chat or whatever, can be like, oh, you ain't a fucking right winger, or you're just a fucking liberal pretending to be a fucking right winger or some shit. I am still, even after all the fucking verdicts and everything else came out, I'm still sad that that man died. I still think it's fucked up that that dude died. The fact that any of these people, whether it's George Floyd or any of these people that BLM likes to prop up as their fucking martyrs, and fucking goddamn Nancy Pelosi today was making a fucking speech about like, thank you so much for dying so that way we could have justice and all this other bullshit. And guess what, Democrats? That's your fucking bitch right there. Claim your fucking bitch, because that bitch basically said, I'm glad this fucking dude died so that way we could be where we are now. Fuck you. But anyways, like,
Yo,
why don't why don't we talk about the fact of what led that man to being in that position in the first fucking place? Because I can't.
That's what I'm fucking doing. That's what I do on my channel. And niggas be looking at me sideways like I'm fucking retarded or some shit.
Like, why the fuck do we never hear stories about a fucking black woman getting killed by the police because she was fucking high as a kite and getting her fucking neck stood on by a fucking knee and everything else? You know why? Because women don't have to suffer the same way that men do. But even though that's a patriarchal fucking statement to make, like, that statement in and of itself is supportive of Black Lives Matter and supportive of some right-wing ideologies. You know what I mean? But the fact that I say that men suffer a great deal more and a great deal differently than women do, that right there is in some territory that nobody really wants to talk about. Because all they want to talk about is fucking, oh, if you don't agree with my political beliefs when it concerns BLM or Antifa, you're a fucking Nazi. All right, cool, word. Well, you don't fucking support the police and you don't want wars overseas to fight the fucking terrorists and defend America because you know what? America, fuck yeah. Then you must be a fucking commie little fucking shitlip. Well, guess what? I'm none of those things. I'm fucking me. I'm Tennessee Marine. And I think that there's a lot of fucking problems in this fucking country, and the only way they get solved is by us working together and actually fixing the goddamn things instead of bitching at one another and letting more innocent people die. Because eventually, you're going to run out of fucking martyrs. You're going to run out of fucking people to fucking either rally against or rally for. Period. End of fucking story. And that's church.
Well, that's not gonna happen in the end of the day, right? Like that, like, yo, we're never gonna run out of martyrs. We're never gonna run out of any of this bullshit. It's just gonna be like I don't even know how to put this, man. Like, yo, we're gonna stand here and continue to go through this until this motherfucker collapses.
And see, I'm one of those people who's trying to fight against collapse.
Yo, fuck that. I see America on the edge, nigga. I'm pushing it. I don't give a fuck. Like, legitimately. I don't fucking care. This system is completely against all of us. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you're black. Of course you would.
Well, I'm not black. Goddamn fucking Sir Adamanti. I seen he was here. What up, nigga? How the fuck you doing?
Just trying not to be rioted to death.
Yeah, that's why you live in that area, don't you?
This is all in your backyard.
Yeah, I just came home. The first 3 restaurants I tried to go to were closed for some reason, and the streets are completely desolate.
Well,
for
I mean,
some
maybe
reason.
don't. Hey, but guess what? Guess what? Sir Adamantine is the same type of dude who loves to talk about how great the North is and how much more cultured they are, and talk shit about people like me and Tom P from Appalachia. But yet, fucking Minnesota is so fucking
Look,
great that every time a thing gets published in the media and something goes wrong, he has to worry about getting literally pulled out of his car and beaten to fucking death. But hey, I guess because I don't have a fucking sushi bar right outside my door, we're not living in society. Ain't that right, Addy?
the fact
Absolutely.
that the fact that I live in a ghetto doesn't change the fact that you're a hillbilly.
Hey, you know what, baby? I might be a hillbilly, but at least I can make moonshine and own guns, bitch.
I can own guns too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're a
The
little
one-
fucking little bitch ass fucking 22 or whatever. Fuck you, kid. Man, shut the fuck up. Fuck you, Eddie.
Addy sits at a giant table with a white wig on to eat dinner and shit, man. Like, he's not, I mean, you can't expect him to understand the quibbles of the fucking poor folks.
You know what Sir Adamantine is? Like, real talk, he's like the last plantation owner down south that actually hasn't been invaded by the North yet. He's like sitting there with his slaves, giving him dinner and shit. Like, yeah, this will all work out. I'm sure Virginia will be able to fight him off. Just sitting there, hey, bring me another glass of fucking brandy, slave. Just sitting there thinking he's all high and mighty. Meanwhile, his entire goddamn state is about to fucking collapse. But yeah, at least it ain't down south, right?
Addy's the last Francophile left. Like,
Why the fuck is everybody attacking Addy all of a sudden?
I don't know, because I
Yo,
love that dude. We gotta fuck with him. We gotta fuck
yeah,
with him.
and he came in and he called me black. Like, yo, in a derogatory term.
I'm just
And
saying,
you know
like,
what?
you know what? Like,
Itzel, you want to know why? Because us Appalachian motherfuckers roll fucking hard and deep, son. I gotta defend
We
my
roll
Appalachian
deep.
brother.
I'm just saying, like, he didn't do anything. He deserved, like, a barrage of shit just for joining
Yo,
the
he
stream.
did too.
Oh, he didn't.
You ain't around enough to fucking hear him talking shit all the goddamn time with his hoity-toity nose up in the air with his fucking $10,000 fucking gold spatula
Right.
and shit.
You know what?
Hold up. Shut up,
Tom P
everybody.
made
Shut up. You shut up, too. Addy,
Okay.
did you deserve that?
What?
Did you deserve the barrage you just got from PM?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. See? I agree with Addy.
Well, you know what? Like he was coming in here.
Hold on, I wasn't done with my answer.
Of course
Tennessee's
not.
only being mean because that's sexual tension, and Pinoid's only mean because he wishes he was white.
Oh, okay, got it.
You goddamn Anglophile. I don't fucking care about your bullshit.
Sir Adamantine,
Tennessee Marine.
the only sexual tension between me and you is how much rope it would take to hang you before I fuck your corpse.
All of a sudden, Sir Adamantine's like, would I like getting fucked if I'm dead? Maybe.
I got
No,
blood
by
on
the
my
way-
hands and there's no remorse. I got blood on my dick because I fucked a corpse.
Notice, by the way, it still ends in sex, doesn't it?
Well, you got me there, dude. You got me there, you fucking cunty little fucking catty bitch. How you doing there, Addy? Give us the news report from the streets. So everything's closed down, the streets are empty in your big ass fucking super utopian society, but yet you can't even find a fucking steak dinner to have, huh?
I had to settle for Dairy Queen.
God, you are so fucking hillbilly white trash, you just don't want to fucking admit it, son. You really fucking don't.
Well, I'm pretty sure if I would have gone to the local Popeyes, there'd be a large crowd there, And yes, that was that.
You want to know what the real tragedy is? Legitimately, is that there's going to be like in fucking 30 years, we're going to meet a whole bunch of people named Floyd. That's the tragedy about all this shit.
No.
In 30 years, I'm either going to be dead or retired in Mexico. This country could burn in hell for all I care as soon as I leave it.
Hey, the contrarian fucking nihilist shows his fucking true feathers, which makes sense because he's a goddamn griffin. So, hey, there you go. Flap, flap, motherfucker.
He's a griffin. You got to let him fly.
And by the way, yes, Victor ran in the chat. Dairy Queen is pretty good. I can't hate him on his choices.
It wasn't a choice. It was the fourth place I went to.
He's like, I didn't have a choice. I feel so dirty. I feel like I mixed with the plebeians. Oh God, I bought fast food. Oh, I didn't have a little tiny Asian man bring me my food before I fucked him. Oh God, I'm so terrible. You fucking. Oh God, you princely fucking cunt, you.
I don't even know where you get that from. I have fast food a lot.
I don't know, just trying to fuck with you.
People have a truly twisted impression of my lifestyle.
I mean, I think you shit in a gold toilet bowl and fucking have fucking little Ethiopian children bring you your fucking coffee in the morning mixed with vodka. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think all your meals are brought to you in a covered dish.
Okay, Addy, I got a question for you. We'll see just how fucking waspy this motherfucker is. Fucking Aspie. Sir Adamantine, when was the last time you cooked your own meal for yourself?
Yesterday. I cook a lot.
What was it?
Cabbage soup. Yeah, that's pretty hoity-toity, isn't it? Cabbage soup. I could live in a homeless camp and have cabbage soup.
Well, I mean, you know, when in a war zone, coming from Minnesota, you know, I guess, you know, you have to eat as the troops do.
They even shot at the National Guard the other day.
Fucking, of course they did.
I would have brought out the tanks and just run them all over.
Addy, I gotta ask you a question though. Since you're from Minnesota, I gotta ask you a question. How does it feel? And honestly, I want to know this. I'm not trying to play this as a bit or anything. This is a sincere question. How does it feel to know that you, as a person who pays a lot in taxes and has a good job, never broken the law and all that other shit, and yet
never caught.
Well, true, never was caught, but you're a law-abiding, upstanding, tax-paying citizen, and yet your state right now is about equivalent to Portland, Oregon. How does that make you feel?
I'm pretty sure a good percentage of the population of Portland, Oregon was in Minneapolis today.
Okay, that might be interesting. Do you think that it's all black people in your state rising up to fight against racism, or do you think it's a lot of Antifa fucking supplements?
Antifa causes more problem than Black Lives Matter does. No question about that. Everywhere they protest, they always cause more problems than Black Lives Matter. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Black Lives Matter is any better roses either, but they're just whiny losers, whereas Antifa are a bunch of disgusting communists. And we all know what should happen to communists.
Communists aren't with people.
Yeah, they need to go straight into the meat grinder.
Yeah, I think like the best take I've heard on like the whole thing is from a nigga I know named Chronicles of Judah, who calls it the Black Lesbian Movement.
Well, I mean, two lesbians literally founded BLM, so, and one of them is living in a house that all four of us in this current conversation would love to live in, by the way.
And I also want to say, like, when I was watching the news and I was watching the protests, there was a lot of white bitches there, motherfucking, at that goddamn trial.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's the new thing. White women love liberal ideologies that only seek to decriminalize and fucking hamper their own fucking race while not realizing the fact that, hey, guess what? You're a white woman, and all of these people, yeah, they fucking hate you. They only stick their dick in you or give you fucking props because you agree with them, but that's it. You're a hole. You're a fucking...
How long have I been telling all of you that women are utterly worthless?
Well, I'm sorry, but none of us here like dick. So,
I don't like
You
dick
know.
either. I don't like dick, except my
You
own.
like man ass. You like man ass. Man ass is not attractive. Man ass is not fun. Okay? We like pussy. On Accelerate's motherfucking channel, we are pro fucking vagina, okay? Ladies in the chat, guess what? If you got one, just for me,
I don't know.
right now, just for me, give it a little pat and say good job.
This
That's all I
stream,
ask.
unfortunately, the stream is tainted with gay because we are talking and gaming and yelling Discord.
I don't give a fuck. I straighten that shit the fuck up right now. Ladies, right now. Between your legs, right now. Just do me a favor. Open hand, just pat it right there, right on the clit, and just say good job. That's all you gotta do, ladies. That's all you gotta do.
By the way, all the good women I know hate other women too.
Actually,
Yeah, because
I never got a hold on. I never got a chance to ask the good woman joke like great, but Addie, first off, you live in the city, and I just want to hear your honest opinions on the Chauvin trial because that's why I started the stream, because he was the blood sacrifice, the blood god.
Bear in mind, I didn't listen to any of the trial, so I can't say whether he should have won or lost. But all of the shit that was said by famous politicians before the verdict, that was a load of bullshit that should lead to a mistrial.
Yeah, well, I agree too. It's the kind of shit where you're like,
Eddie.
I want to make, even if he was guilty as fuck, like, I hope he's innocent now because I hate these people that are talking shit.
Addie, it almost seems like that the media elite and the political elite in our country wanted this to be a guilty verdict.
I mean,
it was obvious.
You're
like,
talking to me like you're talking to me like I'm not one of the most conservative people you know. I mean, who are you trying to convince here?
Yeah,
you're
enough,
not it's real quick. Addie, you are not a conservative by no stretch of the imagination.
I think Addie is.
Completely conservative.
Hold the fuck up, Tom. Hold the fuck up. This is between me and Addie right now. Hold the fucking door. Hold your horses. Addie, you are one of the most not conservative motherfuckers I've ever met. In fact, if I would have to define you politically, I would have to say fucking, oh, guess I Nicky Snitty the Erika. Dun, dun, dun. Like, I would have to define you as like God, like you need some Hugo Boss up in your life.
Are you calling me a Nazi like everyone else does? By the way, that was a piss poor,
you know what?
piss poor German impression.
No,
Addie's TFM in the end of the day.
Hold up. Addie, just for you. Addie, just for you. It's a special thing between me and you. Are you ready for it?
I'm rolling my eyes. Go ahead.
Ich liebe dich.
Oh God, that's been like 3 years since you said that.
Yeah, callback, motherfucker. So guess what? You're a more financially backed and more intelligent Nazi. Sure, if we want to go there.
He is not a Nazi.
No, he's the type of dude that like most Nazis would probably kill, but
I mean, he's turd flinging monkey is what he is.
All I was gonna say is, Addie, you are actually, we talked earlier that none of us call ourselves conservative. You legitimately are the most conservative person on the stream.
Really?
Yes, he actually is. Addie actually believes in traditional values and does not have a problem with some laws that enforce them.
I don't view Addie as a conservative. I really don't. I view him more as
He's probably.
Hold up. Like, and Addie, and please don't take offense by this, and I am meaning this. Sure. And I'm not trying to, give you offense by this, but I view Addie as a traditionalist, a constitutionalist. in many aspects. And well, hold up. But as far as conservatism goes, his personal views, I don't think align with conservatism because he is a traditionalist. He wants for traditional values and everything else, but he doesn't mind it if it all goes to shit. He's kind of like Joker at the end of the good Batman movie, where Joker just lights the entire big pile of money on fire and just goes off to create chaos. Like, he's that type of dude. Like, yeah, he would love the world to be a better place, but he doesn't mind seeing everything that everybody loves and cares about burn.
You're all wrong.
Hold on. Give me a shot. I haven't gotten to take it yet. Have you guys heard the term conservatarian?
I haven't.
It's a conservative with libertarian leanings. And when I talk to
that sounds hella gay and confusing.
Well, it's somebody that believes in traditional values and will push those above their libertarian leanings sometimes, but for the most part, they're libertarians. I think that's where I see Sir Adamantine, and now I will let him speak to his own position.
Yeah, please do, Addy, because I would love to know.
Excel is much closer to right, but really what it amounts to is I'm increasingly becoming a grumpy old man who just wants the world to vaguely hold together and be left alone until I'm dead. Then I can burn.
Addy's a yuppie in the end of the day.
A black period.
Addy is the type of individual who is just fine with a homeowners association to keep up his property value. Right. Addy's the type of dude who, you know what I'm saying, reads books about fucking war and shit. Had to shift the gear.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, yeah, like I said, I don't think Addy is a conservative by no stretch of the imagination, but I will say this. I will give Sir Adamantine credit. He never fails to be consistent, and even when he's shit posting and talking shit, he's still entertaining. And even though I've heard him talking about mass murder and everything else and genocide in a positive light, he never fails to make a intriguing viewpoint for such. So Addy,
I think Addy's much closer to a fascist than anybody else on the street.
No, because he's not an authoritarian. He's not.
Well,
yes, he is.
Okay, let me answer that one.
Please.
I am pretty libertarian, but I'm not gonna lie, because I know where I'm a hypocrite in many aspects in life. If you put me in charge, I would become the ultimate authoritarian. I would only accept the title of dictator for life.
But so long as you were not in charge, you would never advocate nor want authoritarianism, correct?
Yes, correct. You would.
See, he said correct, motherfucker.
No. Like, he would, look, real shit. If there was a candidate running to, like, fucking throw Somalis in the ovens, he would absolutely vote for that.
I think he would,
maybe too. Maybe in Minnesota, yeah.
Well,
but, like,
if we got to the point where we needed a Pinochet, I would vote for Addy.
If we could bring Augusto Pinochet back, I would vote for him.
Fair enough.
Like, Addy, here's the thing. Like, me and Excel hate most of the laws, right? Tennessee hates a lot of laws. Sir Adamantine has absolutely no problem with 99% of the laws on the books.
I have an issue with plenty of laws. What are you talking about?
Which laws do you have issues with?
Let's see. Abortion is murder. There'd be one. Drugs have no reason being illegal. There's another.
Told you, conservatarian.
Also, prostitution should definitely be illegal because, God, that's the best kind of relationship there is.
I agree with all these things, but these are my open stances on a regular basis. But like, if somebody's out here selling drugs and gets caught, you have absolutely no issue with them going to jail.
Well, even when I say drugs should be legal, that doesn't just mean any dirtball should be able to sell God knows what on the street corner. I mean, if I get a prescription drug, I can know that it only has in it what it's supposed to have in it. If I go buy Coke on a street corner, I mean, who knows what the fuck they put in it? Yeah, you need to make these things, safe. Well,
I don't give a fuck about safety. As far as I'm concerned, they could be selling battery acid because I'm not putting it up my nose.
I mean, I would probably. I mean, we're talking about snorting things, yeah.
Yeah, cocaine.
All right. Well, I mean, like, yeah, like
you don't want none of this, Dewey. It's battery acid. What's it do? TM. Tell me what it does.
It's sell you my motherfucking boy on that, son. I get that reference. Shit.
By the way, that's one of my favorite movies, and I think the only people that don't like that movie, because I've met a lot of people that don't like Dewey Cox, Walk Hard. It's because they never played music or were never into the music scene. If you ever played music, you watch that and you're like, it's fucking hilarious.
Dude, there was a time where fucking Will Ferrell and what's the actor's name who plays that guy? Fuck. He's Dewey Cox. Yeah. Where he played that fucking. There was a lot of movies like Step Brothers and all that where a lot of people just passed up because they were like, oh, it's another Will Ferrell and fucking blah 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 fucking movie. But honestly, dude, those guys together, great fucking duo. Great fucking duo.
I agree.
Even separate. I will say
those are good movies.
Yeah, I was about to say, Tom, just quit reading my fucking mind, dog. Like, quit reading it. I was about to say the only movie that sucked was Sherlock Holmes, and that movie was straight up garbage.
Well, from what I understand, they ad-libbed a lot of shit, and it just didn't work out the way it was supposed to.
Yeah, I basically heard the same. So, Addy, do you have Somalis at your front door yet? Can you go check?
Somalis aren't part of this. I mean, I don't mean to defend the Somalis because God knows that never happens, but they're not part of this.
I mean, you kind of did just now. Kind of did.
Well, yeah, Africans and black people don't get along.
That's true.
No, they really don't.
Some of the worst things I've heard about African Americans came from Nigerians.
Real fucking talk. Like when I was in college, and I'm about to go back actually. Like, yay for me, Tennessee Marines improving his life.
Stop wasting money.
A GI Bill, faggot. But anyways, like when I was in college and I was going through college recently, actually, there was a African black lady who like legit like talked mad shit about Black Lives Matter and about Africans, Americans, and big air quotes and shit. And she was like, these motherfuckers don't understand. Like, we literally come from places where if you're in the wrong fucking village, you will literally get your head chopped off or sold in slavery just because you were there. Over here, it's like everybody bitches about being black. Whereas where I'm from, everybody is black and we still get killed. So,
well, you better get used to it because, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be in leadership positions here soon.
Well, I mean, I like African women, so.
Yeah, I'm saying, though, like, they're not really good at running things.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Apparently, neither are fucking Americans, you know.
No, we're pretty good at running shit. We've been running the world for the past, like, 80 or 100 years.
Yeah, well, you know what, dude? I had this conversation, like, IRL with somebody else, and it was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure the Romans thought that they were the fucking best in the world until the fucking walls caved in. You know what I mean?
Well, the Romans were the best in the world until the walls caved in.
And I'm saying the same for us, dog.
The Roman Empire lasted a lot longer than the U.S. has so far, so that's a poor choice.
Well, we also didn't have the type of technology, to be fair, and also we didn't have a I don't know, man. Like if we are truly the Romans of the new era of the history books that they will write about one days, I'd prefer to go out in a blaze of glory than fucking just withering away from cancer on the inside. And I'm not trying to say like you should fucking boog or whatever the fuck, because that's cringy and that's fucking larpy and it's fucking stupid. But I will say this much: there should at least be a fight back against all of this fucking PC culture, cancel culture, fucking you can burn down fucking cities and it's okay even during a pandemic so long as you're saying Black Lives Matter and chanting fucking no justice, no peace type bullshit. At least all of us as Americans, even though everybody in this stream right now and probably everybody listening to it is from different parts of the of America, if we are to go down in a blaze of glory, make sure that it's such a blaze that will be remembered for 300 or 400 years, to when eventually it's just, you're going to the fucking free state of Florida and that's its own fucking country. At least you'll be able to, read about in the history books that America, before its last breath of fucking air, at least went down fighting for freedom and liberty and equality for all, and all the things that we were told as little boys and girls that this country stood for, and that we stood up for freedom and democracy and liberty versus
Yeah, but
just
democracy is dumb as fuck, though.
Yeah.
Like, democracy is fucking stupid.
As someone famous once said, if I am to make it an end, I will make it an end that will be worthy of remembrance. Lord of the Rings, motherfucker. What's up?
Yeah,
wow,
I literally don't
three
care.
of the worst movies ever made.
You know what,
Yeah.
Eddie? You could suck my fucking dick from the back, all right? Like, I was trying to make a valiant fucking point. I was trying to rise up the fucking freedom and, liberty-minded people, and then you had to fucking ruin it with your fucking little catty-ass bullshit, all right?
Democracy degrades into anarchy. Niccolo Machiavelli,
Okay,
1589.
my bad I said democracy. My bad, Tom. I should have said fucking, I don't know, fucking goddamn child support payments.
Like, yo, you don't even know, like, you nigga, like, yo, what freedom do we want? Like, yo, what are we fighting for? Like, nobody even has any goddamn idea anymore, and that's why we're fucking failing.
I know what I'm fighting for.
What?
I'm fighting to live in a world to where my future children and my children's children can live in a world to where they can freely express themselves, be free to choose who they love, how they vote, be able to defend their property and what they have legally got and earned by work, and not live in a world to where they are judged or dictated upon how much liberties or freedom of speech they have based upon the color of their skin or race. I fight for a world to where all of us Americans can live, love, and have freedom and liberty, to where we don't have to subjugate ourselves to a system that simply wants to either take our money, take our lives, or take our fucking vote. I fight for a world and an America in which all of us are able to simply be free. That's what I want, and that's what I fight for.
So, communism?
The exact opposite of that, I believe.
So, communism?
The exact opposite, I believe.
I mean, because, like, as long as you have, like, the structure that we have right now with, like,
notice I
capitalism
said liberty in that entire thing, by the way.
I feel you, like, but liberty is a breakdown of true freedom, man. It's like fucking, it's just your right to, like, move about society freely. That's all that is.
I'll fight for that ideology.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like we need to, like, redefine our terms and actually like come down and like go, what are we actually fucking like trying to conserve or fight for? Like, what do we fucking want? Because I feel like nobody has any fucking idea. We're just all against, this leftist Marxist fucking bullshit.
Pretty fucking sure I summed it up like kind of fucking well in my drunken stupor, to where it was basically freedom, individual liberties, and a future for, all of our children. Pretty sure.
I mean, you were a little bit heavy on the flag waving and the bald eagle squawking in the background.
Yeah, like I heard "America Fuck Yeah" start playing at the end of it.
Well, you know what? You can judge me for a lot of things, but don't ever judge me negatively for loving my country and still believing in it.
Well, like you fought and laid in the ground, and people are like dead for like this country that we have, and like they had that belief. But the issue is like, the fuck is it? At this point, like I feel like we'd be better off not being a country and being a collection of fucking
you know what, Tom?
states.
You bring up a great fucking point. You bring up a great point. I am, and I fucking hate to use it, but goddamn it, I am. I actually am one of the very few people that is in this circle of fucking YouTube that fucking bought into the fucking hype after 9/11 and wanted to go and die for my country.
Oh no, I did too. I did too, son. They just turned me away.
Tom, please. Like, for real, dude. Like, please. Like, I am one of the fucking people who was from a goddamn, piss poor fucking neighborhood who was one generation removed from fucking dirt fucking floors and, outhouse fucking poor, who actually decided, you know what, I don't care. I want to defend my nation. I want to keep everybody in this nation free and happy and safe. And I bought into that fucking narrative. I did as a young kid. And you know what? I went, I fought, I fucking served, and I did my fucking duty as a fucking infantry marine. Not a fucking desk jockey, not a dude sitting behind a fucking desk for fucking 4 years saying, I have the right to talk about veterans and I have the right to talk about America and blah, blah, blah. No, I was in the Marine Corps fucking infantry. I signed that fucking line saying, I don't care if I die so long as I fucking die for those that are still back overseas, meaning all of you. Meaning literally anyone who ever hears this, all of you. And I bought into that. So I went, I saw a lot of fucked up things, and I came back fucked up, and I'm still kind of fucked up. But you know what? America, as a nation and as a ideal, still means something to me. I will never support my fucking government, but I will always support my country and my countrymen, my people, which means Americans. I don't give a goddamn if you're black, white, trans, Muslim, atheist, Jewish. I don't give a fuck. If you're American, I've already signed on a dotted line to fucking be there and do that and sacrifice my fucking life in my fucking stupid fucking 18, 19-year-old brain to do so.
Like, I'm driving, like, hang on, wait.
Because at the end of the fucking day, what I went overseas for was simply to make sure that everybody in my fucking country was free and safe and happy and being able to fucking be able to fucking live their life the way that they wanted, dictated by the fucking Constitution and the Bill of Rights. That's what I went for. And yeah, you're right. I've buried a lot of fucking dudes that I care about from the bottom of my heart, who will mean more to me than any fucking body in this fucking live stream, YouTube, Discord, whatever the fuck. But you know what? There's not a single fucking person that I served with or fucking interacted with who, if I fucking, if one of these days, if I actually do become one of the fucking dudes who ends up killing themselves and one of the fucking suicide of veterans fucking statistics, I will never be ashamed of my fucking service. I will never be ashamed of the fact that I went and fucking tried to fight for my country and all the people in my country. And the fact that I buried guys for this fucking country only enforces the fact that this country is a country worth fighting for. Even if I disagree with your ideology, I believe you have the fact to fucking live it and be it and fucking say what you want to say in freedom and liberty and not be fucking put against a wall or put against a fucking fence and everything else. This freedom, this fucking country is about this country.
Yo, hang on a minute. Hold up a second though. But like, hang on a minute. Like, me and you are countrymen, right? Right here, me and you are countrymen, right? Like, I'm driving through the Pocono Mountains right now. I just went over Wilkes-Barre Mountain, right? Like, I'm from the goddamn mountains like you, right? I'm from the same fucking geological formation as you. We grew up the same way, third floor poor, shitting in the fucking outhouse. I legit, this weekend, I went home. I went home to where I was born, right? This weekend, legitimately, right? And I'll be honest with you, son. Like, we as countrymen are, you know what I mean, kinfolk. But, nigga, I'm not related to the people in Boston or related to the people in California. I don't feel that way about the West Coast as a whole, right? I feel like, yo, we could separate, you know what I mean, and be separate countries, and that would probably be a positive thing for all of us.
You know what? That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine, because I have served with those guys from Boston. I have served with those guys from Baltimore. I have served with those guys from California. And guess what? Here's the little known fact about the world. Most people are basically the same as you. None of us are fucking special. None of us are super big brain fucking ideologues on the fucking try to be and claim to be. Here's the God's honest truth. Most of us fucking do the best we can. We find a fucking job, we work it, and we either stay in it or we upgrade or we downgrade. We get married, we have kids, we fuck around, we have parties, we do what we do. Every fucking single person on the fucking continent simply wants to be able to go to sleep in a safe bed, have food on their plate, and have a roof over their fucking head, and have somebody to cuddle up next to from time to time. And that's mostly fucking it. So I don't give a fuck if people don't fucking like the fact that, you know, they're Californians out there who want to fucking take away our fucking way of life. Fine, let them do so. But you know what? At the end of the day, they're still my fucking countrymen. They're still Americans.
No. Like, yo, but if you don't share the same culture as me, you're not my countryman.
No. Here's where you get it. Here's where you get it most understood, Tom. Here's where you get it most understood. Appalachian Americans, that's my kinfolk. That's my family. My country, all of America. You feel me?
Yeah, but I can't I can't tolerate part of my country trying to take away my fucking rights.
You know what? Every family has some fuck ups in it. Every family has some dumb fucks in it.
Yeah, but it's not about dumb fucks. It's about the fact that, like, all right, so we would be like, if they want to do their own thing, we should let them by all means. But that doesn't mean we have to do it with them.
And you know what? That's a perfectly valid fucking point. But at the same time, when people are like, oh, go ahead, nuke California, you know, blah, 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 all this other bullshit. The same people who say nuke California get pissed off whenever someone's like, you know, oh, fucking let the southern states burn. And I mean, and honestly, I'm guilty of this myself, because I gave Sir Adamantine shit for living in Minnesota. Honestly, I hope Minnesota improves. I have one of my best friends lives in Minnesota right now, and he said, verbatim, it is a beautiful state. It is a beautiful.
It's gorgeous. State. Have you ever been there?
Gorgeous. No, I haven't. But I mean, he has, and
it's a gorgeous state. It's like fucking Wisconsin and Michigan. They're gorgeous states, right? But that doesn't change the fact that they're not us though. Right, like, no, this country,
they are. They are. They are. All Americans are all Americans. No, fuck that shit. Like, unless you're like an absolute fucking pedophile, and you don't even deserve to be called human. If you're an American, I don't give a fuck if you're on the left wing or right wing or somewhere in between. You're a fucking American, and guess what? You're my family. I care about you. I want your life to be good. I want you to be free and protected and safe and everything else. Now, just because just because you disagree with me politically, don't make a fuck about me. Like, because my kinfolk, my actual fucking is Appalachian Americans, like the fucking people in my neck of the woods. That's my fucking kinfolk. That's the people I got fucking blood with, son. But everybody else, like, I'm never going to fucking give up on caring about America simply because America is going through some bad shit right now. I'm not going to give up on this country. This country fucking birthed me. It gave me a fucking, through my military service, it gave me a sense of fucking purpose and ideology and everything else. And where I was born and raised, it gave me an identity and a heritage to fall back on. I love my heritage and my state.
What is yo, hang on. Like, here's the thing, right? Like, yo, our heritage, me and yours, right? Our heritage is our state, our fucking local shit. Like, we're mountain people. That's what we are. That's our heritage, right? Like, I'm an Italian, you're an Irishman.
Appalachian Americans.
Right.
Yep.
We're Appalachians, right? But here's the thing, like, yo, as Americans, the rest of Americans aren't Appalachians, right? And what I'm saying is like, yo, this country's a continent. It's not just a country, right? And this continent, in any other fucking means, like if it was any other continent on the planet, it would be separate nations.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, Tom. We aren't other fucking nations. We're fucking America. And it's time people start realizing that. We're not other fucking nations. We're not fucking Europe. We are fucking America. And it's been it's been too goddamn long since we fucking realized that. We're America.
The U.S. would be better off at this point if it's split in two.
No, because that makes us weaker.
It doesn't, though.
Both sides will still have nukes. They're not going to be invaded.
All right, fine. Y'all, like, for real, like, I get where y'all are coming from. Y'all can disagree with me. That's perfectly fine. But me, personally, I will never give up in the ideal that America could be fixed and could be made whole again. Won't ever give up.
You're one of the ones they want to fix, Tennessee.
I am. Yeah. I do. Sincerely.
I legitimately, like, and I've had this argument recently, right? With aircraft, right? With the dude who's based out on, right? I had the argument with him. I said, yo, look, you know what I'm saying? Fuck, I forgot where the hell I was going with this son of a bitch. I said, my state can provide for itself. Like, we're fucking good. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need the rest of the goddamn country.
I know. So can mine. But here's the thing, dude. America is strong because all of these different parts come together, and that makes our strength. And like, I know it sounds like diversity is our strength type bullshit, and I'm not meaning it like that, but there are so many different types of cultures and peoples in America that for like the past couple 100 years or whatever have been good, but right now it's just when the fucking growing pains is happening. Here's simply all I'm saying, man. I know right now that we're going through some bad shit, and everybody wants to just say fuck it. We'll just make the new United States of the South or whatever the fuck. I don't want that.
By the way, if it does split into two, I'm headed south immediately.
Oh, fair enough, but here's the thing.
Yeah, my state itself will split the fuck off. Like, we're not. Like, we'll be cool. Like, we're not going to be part of New York. Like, we're not doing that, or Jersey. We're not.
And dude, and like I said, dude, and that's perfectly fine. But me personally, I want to see America remain whole. And not only that, but I want to see us remain whole and be fixed and improved and made better and stronger and everything else as a nation and as a people versus separating
but we're not a nation or a people. And that's the problem.
I consider myself an American, do you not?
I consider myself an American, but there's no culture that goes with that.
Yes, there is. Yes, there fucking is. Just simply by being on this fucking podcast and this live stream right now, that is fundamentally American.
I agree with Peanut on this, Tennessee. You're simply wrong. If you think there aren't other countries in this world that have more in common with Tennessee than San Francisco does, you haven't been to San Francisco.
Well, Addie, I will say this much. So long as you're polite and you don't try to be a douchebag, I think you can get by in any place in America.
Sure, if you swallow your opinions.
And true, and that's a good point. But at the same time, why should if we are talking, like, honestly, if we're talking about breaking up as a nation, why should we talk about breaking up versus fixing the problems? And maybe this is just, I don't know, how I am as a man and how I am as a person, but I would rather fix what is broken versus separating and be lesser than for doing so.
Let's see, Tennessee. Your side.
Are you still going to be streaming on your channel? All right. Itzel, we never talk enough, but I love you with all my heart, buddy. You are one of the best people. Itzel, you are one of the best people I've ever met on YouTube, and I adore you, buddy. You're a good guy.
Oh my God, man! Like yo, like all the like cocksucking is getting fucking weird. I'll be honest with you.
Thank you for having this, Itzel.
Thank you, my brother.